watching this special coverage on India Today with the biggest team on the ground right here. The Patriot Wars continue, and if it was the salvo fired by the left yesterday, it is the turn of the right to retaliate. My colleagues Gaurav Sawant, Ankit Tyagi also reporting here from the North Campus. But today was a day when you heard the cries of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Azadi mixing together here at the North Campus. But the Azadi, the sentiment was very different, because the protesters shouted they wanted Azadi from communist violence. They wanted Azadi from those who thought that Afzal deserved another chance, for those who were indulging in violence against the right, for those who were denying people the freedom to express love for the motherland. A huge tricolour was carried out by the right students group, the ABVP, across the North Campus. A yatra which was carried out across several colleges, lasted for over an hour, and finally culminated right here where we are reporting from, at the Vivekanand statue. And even here, as we speak, there are speeches being made about people who the right says are misusing the freedom of expression, the freedom of speech, in order to ask for the disintegration of the country. This is a raging debate going on currently across the nation, with many asking, where does the freedom of speech end and where does anti-national slogans begin? Here's what Minister Arun Jaitley told us.
Nationalism is a good word. ये तो केवल इस देश में है कि राष्ट्रवाद बुरा शब्द है, ये विवाद खड़ा करने की ये एक प्रयास किया जा रहा है।
In fact, today also during the march, a lot of issues were conflated. While nationalism and patriotism was always made to sound synonymous with the ABVP, the students group of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, on the other hand, anti-national slogans, or people who are anti-national, were made synonymous with the left or communists, as was declared during the march. And as this march was making its way through the North Campus, my colleague Anindo was in the thick of the action. He sent us this report.
This is organized by ABVP, and that's a show of strength. Goes without saying, all tricolors all around. If you can stand up and show you the kind of Rashtradrahi Rajniti, Dalo ka Bahishkar karo. This is one Dahirele Videshi Vichar Phailane Walon se Azadi. So they're playing on with the word of Azadi. That Azadi word, that started with the chanting, that is exclusive video that has been acted by India Today, that says in the march of Aisha, that says Bastar Bangi Azadi and Kashmir Bangi Azadi. That's the counter to that Azadi. They're saying चीन के गुंडे के समर्थकों से आजादी. अब जब बोलते हैं चीन के गुंडे के समर्थकों से आजादी, अब क्या मीन करना चाहते हैं?
सर, मैं चाहता हूँ कम्युनिस्ट जो लोग ये फॉलो करते हैं, सीपीआई वाले, उनसे आजादी चाहिए हमारे देश को.
They also playing on the violence orchestrated allegedly by the lefties, holding those placards as well. आप लोग केरला के वायलेंस की जो फोटो लेके घूम रहे हैं, इसका मतलब क्या दिखाना चाहते हैं, क्या बोलना चाहते हैं?
मार्क्सवाद और नक्सलवाद ये फैला रहे हैं, ये यहाँ दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में नहीं फैलने देंगे. जो हर जगह अपने देश में रह के अपने देश का खा के, ये गुंडागर्दी देखिए क्या है. ये गुंडा.
The point they want to drive home is that real Gundaism that they have been accused of is being done by none less than the leftists, but allegedly in Kerala, and why they should be branded as Gunda. And that's why the flavor and fervor of the entire march as it happens. The scores of people are in front of me, scores of people behind me, but all around the only thing you can see is tricolors all around. And this nationalistic flavor, the nationalistic fervor, is the mood of this entire march. And that's the point they want to bring home, that if you are against our country, that they perceive that they are those who are against our country are not welcome here in Delhi University. With Janendra Sharma, report on Indo Banerjee for India Today.
Well, the march will get over, the slogans will fade away, but the central question will still remain. It's a clash of ideologies. And interestingly, Gaurav, that was the theme that seemed to be predominant today, where it wasn't just about a college campus or a campus scuffle, a disagreement over who has supremacy in the North Campus or any other university. It was about which ideology one sides with and trying to project the other ideology as one that essentially was built on violence.
This does appear to be a well thought out strategy of the Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad. The fact that they're countering allegations of violence with posters of violence in Kerala, and some of these posters are too gory to even be put on air, but these posters now dot the landscape of the Delhi University North Campus, of heads completely cut off. And this is what these students of the ABVP want Delhi University students to see, what left-wing violence, according to them, actually is. And yesterday, when I interviewed Kiran Rijiju, Minister of State for Home, he insisted it's a clash of ideologies and it's the voter who will decide what ideology they want to follow. Because I specifically asked him if the government wants to bring in stronger laws, if the government wants to tweak the sedition law to bring in anti-national slogans like Kashmir ki azadi tak jang rahegi ya Bharat ki barbadi tak jang rahegi. Is that freedom of a speech, or that's where the Lakshman Rekha is being crossed? And that's just one part of the story. What are these posters all about? What's this rally all about? A short while back, I spoke to Saket Bahuguna, the spokesperson of the ABVP. Let's quickly listen in. Posters of BJP and RSS activists killed in Kerala at the Delhi University. Those behind me and those in front. Saket Bahuguna of the Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad with me on the broadcast. Saket, these posters, Kerala violence posters in Delhi, why?
Some people have been issuing certificate of violence to us especially, and have been alleging that we are indulging in violence in campuses. You know that Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad is the largest student organization in India. We are sweeping Delhi University students in elections. We are in power in most of the universities in country. But you see no violence in these universities, or very small incidents here and there. But when it comes to the communists, wherever the communists are in power, there is not just violence, but they just eliminate their opposers. They eliminate all those people who speak against them. So this is the real face of the communists.
But is this the counter to the rape threats to young Gurmehar Kaur? Because this cannot justify violence, cannot justify violence.
Of course not. No violence can justify violence. In the Gurmehar case, ABVP has gone to the Delhi police saying take action against those who are issuing rape threats and death threats to them. But this is regarding the communists. Wherever the communists have come in power, there has been violence, and there has been everyone from the opposite side has been eliminated by them. So this is the reality of the communists.
And that is what you're countering, a rally by the communists, by ISA, CPI, CPM activists, student activists yesterday, a couple of days ago, and you're countering it by this?
See, there were 20 different organizations, different left parties, and they had also brought in a lot of outsiders, a lot of politicians like Sitaram Yechury was here, and a lot of other politicians were here. But this is purely a march of Delhi University students who are going to march in favor of the country, who are going to march in favor of the nationalist forces, who are going to march against attempts of people to create to justify Maoist violence and to justify separatist tendencies on campus. We are against them, and this is a strong message to them.
Okay, but is violence the solution? Because there are people who chant Kashmir ki azadi tak jang rahegi, or you can't hit them into submission.
No, violence is not the solution, but that is why we have taken out this peaceful march, and we are demanding that the Delhi University administration as well as the Delhi police should wake up now. After 1 year after the JNU incident, another incident happens in Delhi University. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for other universities to be taken over by such people? Do you want these slogans to be heard in other universities across India? This is not tolerable, and ABVP will not tolerate it anywhere in the country. We will not allow anti-national slogans to be raised, and wherever such slogans are raised, we will protest democratically against those people.
Saket, many thanks for speaking to India Today. So last year it was at the Jawaharlal Nehru University where Bharat ki barbadi tak jang rahegi, Kashmir ki azadi tak jang rahegi slogans were heard. This year it's at the Ramjas College. But can ABVP be the force that decides that these slogans are unacceptable, or will the law decide? And Ankit, that is one issue that the law has to settle, and the law is very clear. Unless these slogans lead to incitement of violence. This is not sedition, this is not anti-national, and that is where this debate at universities is also extremely polarizing.
That's right, Gaurav, and this is exactly what we have been witnessing in the last few days. We saw that in February, and very importantly on India Today, we broke that story first when talking about JNU, that so far even the charge sheet in that case has not been filed. The police says that they have identified certain people, but as of now, Anirban or Umar Khalid or others have not even been charge sheeted. So many are raising a question about this delay and whether the establishment wants to come clean on that. And talking about these boards that we are seeing on the campus, these patriot boards, there are cases of sedition being slapped on students. In fact, alarmingly, if you go through the data provided by NCRB in 2015, it says that the number of cases of sedition or the cases that have been registered under sections for offence against the state have only risen. 147 cases have been registered for offence against the state, more than 30 cases of sedition, in which 238 people have been arrested, 73 have been charged with sedition cases. But what happens to these cases? Almost the conviction is next to nil.
Minister, welcome to India Today. I want to begin by asking you about this big debate, what started at the Jawaharlal Nehru University, now the same fire raging at DU. There seems to be an attempt being made in the government to redefine what constitutes sedition. You've put out a bunch of tweets as well. Can you explain the thinking in the government's mind? How do you believe the sedition law needs to be rewritten, sir?
Why this discussion at all? Who started this discussion? Who brought the sedition law? Is it Narendra Modi government? Please understand, we are trying to divert the issues. What happened in Jawaharlal Nehru University, what is happening in Ramjas College, or what happened in Jadavpur University is all about certain people raising anti-national slogans, anti-India slogans, certain people raising the issues of separatism, independence to Kashmir, certain people trying to celebrate the memory of Afzal Guru, a terrorist and a Pakistani agent who tried to blow parliament. That is the main issue. And what is the law as per the constitution, what is the as per Indian Penal Code, that has to take its own course.
But
and if suppose some sections are wrongly charged, then the courts are there to take care of it.
But yeah. Minister, I'd like to quote to you what the law and what jurisprudence at this time says, sir. The Kedarnath Singh case of 1962 says, you know, a call against the government or against the state is not sedition. It's only when there is incitement to violence or public disorder, that is what is sedition. Now, in the tweets that you put out as well, you're saying these Azadi chants are not okay. But if you read the law as it exists, if you read the Supreme Court judgments, the Supreme Court in its most recent judgment seems to believe that saying Azadi or chanting against India is not sedition. There must be a call to arms. That's the way the law is at this time.
These people who are giving these slogans, they are taking to arms in Kashmir. These people who are giving slogans, they are taking arms in Chhattisgarh, in Jharkhand, in Orissa, in the Naxal hotbed. That is the next course. And they believe that power comes from the barrel of the gun. And these people, separatists and the terrorists, the sponsors of terrorism in Kashmir, they also believe that they can get Azadi by use of force only. The slogan of Azadi will be followed by violence. This is what is happening. You cannot simplify what the Supreme Court has said. Supreme Court also has said the next sentence, which you yourself has read it. That is going to follow. That is what is happening.
All right, so that was Rahul Kanwal speaking to Venkaiah Naidu, Union Minister. Very strong views there being expressed by the Union Minister there. Padmaja, also the other point is that these are campuses. Students should debate it out. They should have the right to come across, put across their point of view. But when the senior politicians from either the right or the left or the government, when they jump into it, it actually makes it a larger political battle. Then it becomes the battle for supremacy as a turf war in the campuses as well.
That's right, and in fact that's the reason why repeatedly there have been attempts by academicians to tell politicians, at least national level politicians, to desist from actually coming to campus or getting involved in campus matters. Yes, politics is inevitable. That's the bedrock of student politics, which incidentally has given some of the tallest leaders to national politics as well. But when you have, for example, day before yesterday, left leaders of the JDU coming here to the campus, coming here to the Vivekanand statue, aren't you actually taking away the student component of student politics and making it seem that they are mere pawns or they are mere instruments in the hands of people who want to make a bigger statement perhaps against the government? That being said, at the end of the day, these are campuses, these are universities, which essentially are places. Here we are in a situation, Ankit, and we are all people who are reporting now from the Delhi University are products of this place as well. And we remember a place where there used to be disagreements, there used to be even scuffles at times, but we never used to see the kind of police we are seeing. For heaven's sake, there are central forces who have been deployed here today, just to make sure that nothing untoward happens. This kind of scenes were never seen earlier on campus, and that is the reason why academicians, many senior jurists, for example, are saying, let the students be. If there are disagreements, then they can be sorted out among people, but to slap a case of sedition on them, it's highly unadvisable. That, in fact, was the very idea of senior jurist Soli Sorabji when he spoke to Javed Ansari.
Supreme Court way back in 62 made it clear in Kedarnath's case that there is no sedition, even if it is criticism of government, however vigorous, however pungent, unless there is incitement to violence. Now, I don't know why these people are hesitant for sedition. There's absolute misuse of the sedition laws.
The reason they say this is because some pro-Azadi sentiments are in their speeches. They talk of Azadi. They talk of stuff which could impinge on the sovereignty of the nation.
So Azadi slogans are sedition? Complete nonsense. Unless Azadi slogan are, there's an incitement to violence. After Azadi is taken, now you have to throw off the government by any means. Then it's a different matter. Otherwise, it's free speech. People can express themselves. We must also recognize the value of freedom of speech and expression. And the Supreme Court has said this, that's the law laid down in 62. I don't know what's happening.
And do you believe that all this is symptomatic of that we are becoming a lot more intolerant to contrarian views?
No, three things. If you mean we should delete the law relating to sedition 124A, I don't agree. Strike down to action, not the section. And we are becoming more intolerant everywhere because no one likes to be criticized. No one can take criticism. So any criticism, which in a democracy is the soul of democracy, it has to be, we must have freedom for the thought we hate. People want to have recourse to sedition laws. But that's not a reason to strike down the sedition section.
You spoke of people, trying to stifle free speech. We have an MP, Honorable MP of the Rajya Sabha, who's compared this young girl, Gurmeha Kaur, to Dawood Ibrahim.
I think that MP doesn't deserve to be an MP if he talks like that. Do they make statements just for the sake of publicity to attract attention? Or don't apply their mind at all? I think strong action should be taken against the MP. Is he BJP?
He's a BJP MP.
BJP authorities should take the necessary action.
But Gaurav, the idea of nationalism and what can be construed as anti-national is one thing. But when a senior jurist, one of the finest legal minds, Soli Sorabji, says that even Azadi slogans are not anti-national, it is not sedition, what can the government do, or why isn't the government doing something to just clear this fog of confusion?
there are two parts, to answer your question, Padmaja. Point one, what does the government intend to do? There is a view in the government that the laws need to be tweaked so that sedition, the definition, you debate that, you discuss that, bring in new aspects and then take it forward. But that's still at a nascent stage. That's still being discussed. The other view, we heard Soli Sorabji. He's one of India's best legal minds. We've also heard a young soldier on ground, and this is a soldier who was actually deployed at Uri when terrorists struck Uri, and he then at a rally, at a recruitment rally, so to say, when he was asked to speak and motivate youngsters to join the army, he said it actually hurts the army that they are battling terrorists at the line of control, but there are, according to this soldier, enemies within who defend Afzal Guru, or they chant Yaqub Memon's, slogans, and they do not assemble when a soldier is martyred. So this hurts the army that's fighting terrorists at the line of control or hostile forces across the line of control. So different views. But as far as Gurmehar is concerned, and that's the point that Javed Ansari raised just a short while back, on the issue of Gurmehar, now Sharad Pawar is saying the opposition needs to unite. Is that also because Sharad Pawar is looking for lost ground post Maharashtra? Let's listen in to Sharad Pawar.
सिंपल बात है कि सरकार में बैठने वाले लोगों की मानसिकता ये उनकी विचारधारा गलत है, तो ऐसे लोगों के हाथ में आज हुकूमत है और इसलिए इसकी ये स्थिति देखने की परिस्थिति पैदा हुई है.
So you heard Sharad Pawar, but on the issue of equality, I want to come back to Padmaja Joshi. This is all about half of India, the girls and the boys. Half of India, their equal rights. And Padmaja, Amitabh Bachchan has a big line on that.
Absolutely, and in fact, it's very interesting that the way this entire debate had carried on, even as a small aside, Gaurav, you would see that down the years, the way in which, for example, the right-wing groups have projected themselves, they've largely be seen as anti-women. There's a rethink there as well. So more and more you're seeing the ABVP, the student organizations, right-leaning, trying to project women more as the faces of their movement. But of course, right here at the Vivekanand statue, in a while all of these people will disperse, but this debate will carry on. We're also learning that this ABVP is now going to write to universities, colleges across the country, telling them to keep a check on any anti-national activities, people, slogans or seminars that might be invited or might take place on their campus. On that note, from the entire India Today team, thanks very much to all of our viewers. This is the most comprehensive and the biggest coverage on the Patriot Wars, still ongoing. But we leave you with this message of equality by Amitabh Bachchan.